This is my path, my journey. I'm willing to explain it all to you guys. No holding back anything. I just hope you're ready for the experience, and I just hope you can handle it. This is what I think we're missing, right? I think we're missing our connection with the planet. And I don't mean to go all what people would call hippy dippy or spiritual or whatever people call it, tree hugger, whatever people want to call it. But since when did it become a bad thing to be caring about Mother Nature? You know, we have these weird stereotypes like, oh, you're a tree hugger. Well, when did it be bad to be a tree hugger? When, like me and my friend Fi, we always talk about, like, you know, people will stereotype and be like, oh, you guys are just a bunch of hippies. Well, since when did it become a bad thing to be a hippie? You know, peace, love, connection. You know, I don't know. When did that become a bad thing? Um, I think we're severely disconnected from what we are. So when we look at reality for what it is, we run away from it saying that that's not what it is. But I think we're supposed to stay connected with Mother Nature. I think that the only reason why the world is fucked, man, like, we have all these issues. Like, technology is amazing, right? But just like anything else, technology is just a tool. And it can be used or it can be abused. And without the connection to Mother Nature, the connection with technology will consume us. I think we're supposed to balance them. You know, humans are evolving into this technological race, but we are going into the technological, you know, world without any safety nets, without any backbone, without anything. I think it's supposed to be like this. Mother Nature is supposed to have our back no matter what. She's supposed to be there for us. But just like she's supposed to be there for us, we're supposed to be there for her. We're supposed to, you know, we are standing in the hands of Mother Nature, but Mother Nature is also in our hands as well. So it's a symbiotic relationship, symbiosis. It's absolutely just, I don't know, in complete synergy with one another, and that's the point, I feel like. And I think that we are the hands of Mother Nature, and we somehow down the line got too egotistical. We think that this show and this thing is all about us. That's the ego. It's much deeper than just about us. We have to go past that. I think one of the, excuse me, but I think one of the things is, man, I think we need to go back to our roots. You know, like, I have a lot of conversations with a lot of people that practice other spiritual practices, and you know, it's like a lot of people say that the creator is a man, and they, you know, and it's like that's where you guys confuse me, because it's like I connect with Mother Nature. I literally connect to a thing that is much bigger than me, but it's feminine. And I think that, I don't know, like, I don't just do this when I do psychedelics. Like, right now, I took 3 grams of Blue Lotus. Well, actually, it was White Lotus, but I took 3 grams of White Lotus, and I feel just connected, more just connected at peace, more, you know, just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I do not do these things, you know, just the Western way, because that's, I feel like, an issue. We go at this the Western way, where it's like, I got a cold and I got a cough, so what plant, excuse me again, but what plant can help with a cough suppression? And then you're like, oh, this plant can. So then you take that plant because you have this cough. And that's the Western way of taking plants. It's just, you take a plant because you have a symptom and you fix the symptom. It's the same thing that they do with the, you know, they take the plant They extract molecules from the plant. They take the most active molecule. They switch it up a little bit so they can patent it, so they can sell it, put it in a pill, and then here you go. Now, now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what I am saying is that if you're just doing that and you're not connecting on a deep spiritual level with these plants, then that's why the accuracy of these plants is not as accurate as they could be. They're not as effective as they could be because we're missing the spiritual aspect of it. These things are much deeper than we realize. When you take a plant, you are connecting with that plant like, I don't know, it's a deep spiritual thing. It's a soul to soul. It's a, when you have sex with somebody, you are not just having sex, whatever. You might think you're just busting an orgasm, but really it is a deep spiritual connection with that person. You are, like, I don't know, it's deep. And just like with plants, it's deep, but most people don't see the deepness. Just like they don't see the deepness in sex anymore. A lot of people just have sex to have sex. They're not having sex to connect and be one with the person and connect and, and it's the same thing. Plants can be used or abused. Sex can be used or it can be abused. It can be done with a elegance, with beauty, with love, with compassion, or it can just be done to get it done. And it's like, I feel like that's the same mindset that we have with the plants, with the Western way of doing things. It's like we just do it, to get it done. And it's like you're sick, so you just want to be healthy again, so you just take the plant to get it done so you could be healthy. You're not caring to connect with the plant. You don't want to learn the plant's knowledge, because I feel like the molecules and the effects that the plants can give you, they're giving you their knowledge. They're giving you their information. And I just think reality is much more complex than we realize. And I think plants are more consciously aware than we realize. We judge consciousness on, does the plant have a brain? Does the plant have a brain? Well, if the brain is just receiving a signal and it's not the actual signal itself, then what's the difference from a plant receiving a signal? I think plants are interesting because humans, we walk around the planet, right? Plants are connected to the planet. So they might have a collective knowledge that we can't comprehend, a collective knowledge similar to the internet. It's just, I feel like these things are so much deeper, and they have knowledge, and they teach you things, and they connect you, and they love you, and you can love them too, and you can learn from them, and they can learn from you, and you can, I don't know, they can benefit your life. And this is what I mean. Like, it's a lot more than just, I'm sick, so I'm going to take this. I think plants help your mind. There's a lot of things where it's like humans are feeding their body. They're feeding their body because they're hungry. Well, your mind is starving, but you just want to keep feeding the body. The mind needs food too, but the food the mind needs is different than the food the body needs. I really think that we just need to go back to realizing that these plants are teachers. They're here for a reason. They're not just here to look good. So many people, it's no different than what men do. What I can't say men, but it's no different than what a lot of men do to women. They look at women like they're just sit there and look pretty type thing, where it's like, I don't know, like a trophy, like an object, like a thing, right? And I feel like we do the same thing with plants. People just put plants in their gardens because, ooh, this looks pretty. Not even knowing. Like, I see so many people during the spring and summer that have coleus just sitting outside because the leaves look beautiful and whatever. But it's like, not one of them realized the effects of the plant itself. I feel like it's the same thing with the lotus flowers, the blue lotus and white lotus and red lotus. It's like the Hinduism says that the lotus flower is like symbolism and this, that, and the third. And this is the issue I have with religions. And, it's like because religions have disconnected us from the plants. They want us to go through them. It's no different than Big Pharma wanting us to go through them. It is the same thing. They're trying to suppress Mother Nature. They're trying to hold her knowledge from us. They want us to go through them for our spiritual connections, and they want us to go through them for our health things. And it's like they don't want us to go to her, to Mother Nature herself. She can teach us everything we need. Anything any human tells you that they know, I swear, like, I have this great feeling that it all came from Mother Nature. It all came from the isness and Mother Nature. Like, it also goes down to, are your thoughts even your thoughts? Where it's like, I don't know, so many people are disconnected from plants, and yet they use plants in the daily. A lot of people smoke tobacco, but if they were to smoke it in a spiritual, ceremonial way, then they probably wouldn't have as much cancer issues. Or if it's like, I don't know. There's so many people that, like I said about the Hinduism. It's like they're not using the lotus flower like they used to. Hinduism was based on using the lotus, in my personal opinion. It's the same thing that Christianity does with ormus and frankincense and myrrh. It's like these are herbal, I guess, products, herbal supplements that can absolutely, enhance the mind, body, and spirit. Ormus can enhance the spirit. It's the mineral for the light body, and it's like, frankincense and myrrh, they also help the body and mind and spirit. And it's like these are medicinal things that were used as herbal things to connect you with what is, to connect you with yourself, to help you in this life. Now, most people don't know about plants. Most people have no clue about any of this. They just know that a lot of people just know, oh, you take some plants, they get you high. Or you take some drugs, they get you high. What is a high? What is a high? I think a high literally is a high, an elevated state of mind. Your consciousness is on a higher stage. That's all a high is. You are elevating your consciousness. And if some people will say, oh, it's bad to get high. It's bad to get high just like it's bad to have sex 5 times a day with 5 different women. It's like sex isn't bad. It's you're the issue. You. It's a self-control issue. It's it's okay to connect with Mother Nature, just like it's okay to have sex, just like it's okay to do this and it's okay to do that. But it's all about moderation and balance and knowing yourself. And when it comes to plants, that's why I love plants compared to, like, if you were to, so many people try to compare plants and drugs, next to each other. And yes, they have, a lot of drugs come from plants. But I feel like the main difference is plants have a soul, drugs do not. And as simple as that. And because plants have a soul, they can help you. They can speak through you. They can speak to you. They can give you knowledge. They can, connect you spiritually, and they can help your spiritual body, not just your physical body. I feel like drugs, the only thing they can do is help your physical body, and that's it. But it's like, what about your spiritual body? What about who you really are? What about connecting to what is? What about, I don't know, there's so many other things that these things can do, but we only look at, oh, our body needs fixing, so let's take this and it fixes it. We're just using Mother Nature. We're using her and we're abusing her, and we don't even acknowledge her. We need to thank her more often. We need to thank Mother Nature. Thank the planet for sustaining your life. People are so, I don't know. There's so many people that say, oh, the planet there's no way, we're conscious, but there's no way the planet and plants could be conscious. It's like, if you think that you're conscious, but the big fucking planet that is supporting your life is not, then that's an ego issue. Because of course the planet would be conscious if we are. We'd have to be extremely egotistical to think that we are the only thing that's conscious, considering we are just ants on top of the planet. So why wouldn't the planet have a higher state of awareness that we couldn't even comprehend? That's why I think plants are conscious. I think they're consciously aware of a certain reality that we are not. You know, maybe it's like the psychedelic reality, or maybe it's some other fucking reality that we're not consciously aware of, and because of it, we think that they're dumb. We think that plants don't think. We think that plants aren't aware. We think that they can't. Oh, there's no way they can contain knowledge. Oh, there's no way they could teach you anything. And, you know, it's like we think that because we're only thinking from our egotistical perspective. Like, it's hard to have an open mind enough to think, well, shit, if the collective, like, there's this thing called the oneness that, you know, and a lot of spiritual people believe in the oneness, that we are all one. Well, if we're all one, the plants are already connected to the planet, so that means they're all one. They are the planet itself. And it's almost like, just like we are split up into individual personalities, the plants are also split up into individual personalities. And, you know, I just think that they have, individually, they could teach you so much, you know, and collectively, the whole planet itself, she can teach you a lot. She guides you through life. She gives you life. Every time you breathe, you are breathing her in, and every time you breathe out, you are breathing her out. She is the water you drink. She is the air you breathe. She is the plants you eat to sustain your life. She is the animals you eat to sustain your life. She is all. And we think that she is not conscious. It just blows my mind. You know, of course she's conscious. She was conscious enough to have all these plants and have all these things together so we can all freaking support each other and support life. And there's like this extreme balance, and Mother Nature has a math designed to her, and she's like, I don't know. It's interesting. This shit is a lot deeper than I think we realize, but I'm gonna get going. But yeah, don't forget, like, even if you drink green tea, you are connecting to a deep spiritual plant. You don't realize it. You know, so many people say, oh, green tea, like, I hear people all the time say, you know, green tea does not do anything. You know, then there's people that say, you know, green tea gets me tea drunk. And, you know, this is my point of view. The way I ingest green tea is the way I ingest a lot of my herbs, which is the leaf crushed up into a powder, and I ingest the powder. About 2-3 grams of matcha. You will feel the tea if you do not drink green tea. And if you do drink a lot of green tea, then maybe a little more. But I mean, there's a lot of caffeine in like 3 grams of matcha. But you do feel it. And that's what I mean. This is a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing that teaches you things about feelings. And even the way you feel on green tea, how you're focused but calm, energized but calm at the same time, that's teaching you a lesson. You know, it's almost like the plant is teaching you things. The plant downloads you with a way of thinking that maybe you wouldn't have thoughts that you wouldn't think. Maybe with green tea you can go into a deeper meditation, because it's a lot harder for you to, if you were to sit there meditating for 4 hours, you'll probably fall asleep. But if you were on green tea, most likely you will not fall asleep. You know, there's things that these plants do to help benefit us, but instead of just using the plant for our selfish gain, why don't we give back to the plant as well? Respect it, you know, love it, you know, give it the attention that they deserve, because Mother Nature never forgets about us. If she did, we would fucking die, you know, but she's here sustaining our life because we're supposed to do something. I think we're supposed to connect with Mother Nature, stay connected, and then use technology to advance the human race to a fucking extent that we can never even, most people couldn't comprehend right now. Most people can't comprehend the fact that in 100 years, 1,000 years, who the fuck knows, but not that long, you know, honestly, we're going to be on Mars, and then we're going to be on, you know, the moons of, you know, probably on Titan, or, you know, the moons of Saturn or Jupiter or something, and then we'll go to the stars. We'll start departing our way throughout the universe and start spreading out artificial intelligent bots to spread out seeds and oxygen and this, that, and the third to other planets, so we can plant. So imagine this, if you plant a plant that was originally from Mother Earth on another planet, and it grows there and it grows life, that's almost like a second Mother Earth. It's almost like Mother Earth spreading out her consciousness as well. Just like we're spread across the world, like the human race supposedly was in one place, Africa, and then eventually started spreading out through the planet. Now, imagine that, but on a much bigger scale. The macrocosm and the microcosm are reflections of each other. So imagine that, but on a much bigger scale. We're humans, we spread Mother Nature's consciousness throughout the galaxy. You know, it's like we start spreading her plants out, her consciousness, her awareness throughout the whole entire galaxy. And the planets that basically are dead right now, we can somehow bring to life. And that is why we are the hands of Mother Nature, because we can create Mother Nature from, it's not that we can create Mother Nature, it's just that we can help Mother Nature spread her genes across the universe. And I think that's the point. But in order to do that, we have to stop being egotistical. We have to think bigger. We think too small. We have to think bigger and think on a much bigger scale and realize that humanity is not just so you can sit here on your fucking whatever and watch Netflix, or sit here and enjoy your, let's say you get rich and you make your money and you just want to sit and be comfortable for the rest of your life because now you got money to do it. It's like, that's not why that's not why you're here. We're here to advance the human race and keep things moving. Evolution is a constant process that will constantly keep going, because humans and everything, the universe itself, is growing and expanding and learning. And we are too. And one day we will be on Mars. One day we will be in places you can't imagine. You know, teleportation will be a thing. Time travel might be a thing. Fucking artificial intelligence that cures cancer and cures all these diseases, that will be a thing. It's like, the way technology is going, that is great. We're supposed to do that. But I think that we were supposed to never get disconnected from Mother Nature, because if we go into this technological world without Mother Nature, we will die. We will lose ourselves to the technology if we don't know ourselves. Mother Nature allows you, connecting to Mother Nature deeply, allows you to know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, then anyone can tell you who you are, who they think you are, and you might believe them. So the issue is that we're going to think that we are this technology. We're going to think that we are, and we're going to forget that these things are just tools. It's like no different than saying, you know, you're not necessarily the psychedelic. It's just a tool that allows your consciousness to expand. And technology is just a tool that allows the human genes and planet and Mother Nature's genes to expand throughout the universe and expand to learn to whatever. But without Mother Nature on our side, the technology will just make us lazy. The technology just makes us not want to do things because the technology can do it for us, and then we forget how to do things. And that's the issue. You have to stay connected with Mother Nature and keep connecting, because she will keep giving you upgrades. She will keep downloading you with knowledge. As the world is evolving around you, you will also be evolving in here as well. And if not, then you will get consumed by the world that is to come. But I think Mother Nature is supposed to have our back through it all. And I think that's why I'm good, man, because I know Mother Nature's got my back, you know, just like I got hers. I think we're supposed to speak up for Mother Nature because she can't speak up for herself. You know, it's the thing that happened when they were trying to ban Michigan speciosa. Like, they were trying to ban it, and we stopped them. We said no, and we stopped them. We got to do that with everything. With everything. We got to stick together. We got to fight for what we believe in and fight for Mother Nature, because she can't fight for herself. So, yeah. Peace out. Much love. If you want to subscribe, I really appreciate that. Mark Dreams 25 on almost everything. That's what I'm trying to make it. Mark Dreams 25 on BitChute, Minds.com, Instagram, Steam It, and DTube. And yeah, I'm also, and here on YouTube, I'm Mark Dreams 2. But besides that, everything else is Mark Dreams 25. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love. Peace out. Let's connect, guys. Connect with Mother Nature. Get back to your roots. And yeah, let's gain that knowledge. Peace out.